I had a good idea for solving the Epstein thing. Check this out.
Yeah.
We kind of we're gonna skip a little due process, but everyone who's implicated at all, we send them all to Little St. James for now. They're removed from any positions. Then we replace them, and then everyone implicated is in some sort of very brutal Mr. Beast-esque, but brutal game.
I like that.
Survival. And then whoever gets out of it gets life in prison instead of hanged on the White House lawn. How about that?
That's pretty good.
That's pretty solid.
Hear me out.
Can I invest?
All of them put their hand on a child, and whoever takes their hand, keeps their hand on the longest wins. He gets.
So they get the child.
So like a really horrible hands on a hard body competition. No, I want to see, and also something important is there will be loot crates, boxes, bows, arrows, things like that around for them to find.
Hunger Games.
Yeah, it'll be Hunger Games-esque, and we force them to do it. And also when we take them there, maybe we give them an extra arrow or something. If we're like, all right, you have to fill this out and say who blackmailed you specifically and what you did because of it. And you earn a golden arrow for your fight. And they're like, sounds like a plan. I'll do it. It was Israel and Mossad, retard. Who doesn't know that? Who seriously?
Erad Barak, Ehud. It was my friend Ehud.
Yeah, Ehud. A lot of people say he's a bad guy. I tend to agree. That guy. Yeah, I think that.
I thought he understood me.
Turns out not. Yeah, that could be exciting. We would televise it, obviously. It would take the place of whatever, because the Super Bowl halftime shows have been getting less and less
terrible.
They've been getting dismal. We're saying
what was last year's?
That.
Who the fuck knows?
I don't even know. If it were good, we'd know. And it wasn't good, so we don't. And so we replaced that with this. On the Jumbotron, you see the war. You see it happening. You see fucking Woody Allen aiming a blow dart at Donald Trump across the way. And then
he'd have a sling. Come on. Stick with the thing.
Oh,
yeah, you're right.
Yes. I guess you're right. I'm trying to think what would
make this biblical for us.
Yeah, that would be good. You get a sling, you get arrows, no guns. We want it to be a little, they are being punished.
I want to be brutal. Right? I've
and if it turns out they're innocent, we say are bad, but we had to know.
I just feel like Woody talks about how it's cool to live in the time where the largest animal that's ever lived lives. I feel like some of the things we missed out on, one of the things that we don't live in the time of, is gladiatorial arenas to the death. Because I think with all the entertainment we have, I'm sitting at a fucking $10,000 entertainment machine right now with fucking whoozy what's it's everywhere. Mm-hmm. But I can't watch somebody fight to the death. I can't just walk down to the corner arena like any Roman could in any province of the empire and watch two guys duke it out to the death, dressed up like basically superheroes of their time, right? They were themed. It would be like having one guy, dress up as one of Superman and one as Batman, and this guy's got throwing stars, and this guy's really strong or whatever. Like that, I would love for us to have some sort of a gladiatorial arena system where we wouldn't feel pity for them. I don't want to do criminals necessarily, unless it's like the worst of the worst. But
isn't that who you'd want if you didn't want to pity them? Like you'd want brutal rapists.
Well, I don't want some guy who didn't pay his child support to be, fighting dressed up as a fisherman out there.
Murderers,
volunteers.
The worst of the worst. And if they volunteer, that's a good call too. If they think they've got what it takes to cut the mustard.
I think this idea has legs. I'll text Dana White.
Let's get it. But also, Kyle, I know you've read about this too. So many of the deaths in the Colosseum were just prisoners that they were letting their all-stars feast on. It was actually semi-rare. They'd have it's Thrax versus Maximus, and they'd be like, okay, well, both of these guys are big sellers, and so we know no matter what happens, the emperor is going to be like, all right, let him live. This guy puts asses in seats.
Well, not just that. Like it was that one guy would give up, and you would always accept that. Like there would be a tap out where exactly. You hold the two fingers up and ask for mercy, and it would always be given. Like it not being given. There was a reason in the Gladiator movie, everybody's shocked that mercy isn't being approved or whatever. And those guys were professional athletes of their day. They had the best of everything. They were going to include it in the Gladiator movie, but they thought it was too ridiculous for audiences to believe that it was a real thing. And that was that a gladiator at the time had an olive oil sponsorship. Mm-hmm. He was sponsored by an olive oil company. His image was on the bottles of olive oil. Like, this is Maximus's fucking big time olive oil. And then, you know what I mean? Like that, the idea of that being a thing 1,000 years ago or whatever does seem bonkers, but it was real. I wish we could have that. I would watch people fight to the death as long as everybody was a willing participant. Or, like you said, the best part of the gladiatorial thing, you'd have like your professional athletes fighting each other, but you don't want Tom Brady to die this week. So he begs for mercy, like, oh, that's an L on his record. But he comes back and fights another day. But with prisoners that we don't like, you imagine feeding the worst of the worst pedophiles to John Jones with a battle axe.
Yeah, that would be fun.
John Jones with a battle axe against Harvey Weinstein.
Oh my fucking God. I will buy that pay-per-view every Saturday night. I'll plunk down that $85, whatever you want.
Harvey Weinstein? Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be worried that the axe would stick in him like a beast of Nurgle. And then it would be tough times for him.
Beast of Nurgle.
But yeah, in the Jumbotron, so you would know that these people deserve to get it. It'd be like, this is Steve Smith. He murdered his entire family and then killed 2 cops who came to investigate. And it's like, all right, John Jones, this motherfucker. Get him, John! Get him, John! Yeah, that'd be fun.
I would absolutely watch that. It would feel like justice, and it would be entertaining. And you'd have your favorite guy, right? Imagine John Cena's part of his thing. I'd be a big John Cena guy, all right? I'd want to. I'm a big fan of his anyway. I think he's a good actor. And I also feel like he could swing the hell out of a battle axe. I'd want it to be swords and staves and battle axes, clubs, maybe a chainsaw.
Ooh, maybe I'm picturing Brock Lesnar over and over, but in like thick armor. I feel like he would be as broad as like a barn standing there, and then you would have like, in order to make it fair, they'd be like,
dressed like a minotaur.
We're now it's Brock Lesnar versus the 48 most notorious rapists in America. And then it's just like,
do we arm the rapists?
No, they get what's something horrible?
I think the rapists should be armed.
Well, but with what? Something that can't actually hurt Brock Lesnar because we're trying to kill them.
I'm thinking like little league wooden baseball bats.
Those dart guns.
No. I want them to have a shot at this.
Wait, you mean the little bats, like the promotional ones that you get at games?
Bigger than that. And those break right away, as I'm sure you know. Everybody breaks them when they get home.
I know that.
But I'm talking about like a little leaguer's wooden bat, like a little a little bat. Like
Brock Lesnar's going to lose that though. 48 guys with a baseball bat versus him.
You can't give him 48. 48 random guys will beat Brock Lesnar 100 times out of 100 anyway.
Yeah,
if they're coordinated.
How many regular street guys do you think it would take to beat Brock Lesnar in an unarmed combat? I'm gonna say 4 or 5.
This is I'm having a transcendental moment. This is like watching PKA. Literally, this is such a PKA thing.
Yeah,
it's endlessly fascinating.
You have to arm and armor him. He needs to be coming. Zach, show me the from Gladiator, the one guy, the champion they brought back to face off against Maximus. He's got like this sick ass face plate.
Oh yeah, that guy rules. I was sad he died. I thought
didn't a regular person beat 2 little people or 4 little people. Taylor, I feel like you saw this MMA fight.
He beat 2 little people.
I think wasn't it that strong man who fought 2 or 3 midgets.
He fought 2. He fought
too extreme.
They were brothers.
No, I think that's what I remember. I don't recall the.
I'm not claiming you're wrong. Only that was destined to go that way, right? Like somehow I think Brock Lesnar can beat more than 4 adults.
I would say 5 is when he starts having trouble if they're regular sized guys because he's going to destroy the first 2 that come in.
If we consider
that's where my head
the arena and the game at play, if like. Obviously, in this alternate reality, these 4 guys have seen the games before. They know what's going down. They might have seen a Brock Lesnar fight / execution before. If any of us have brains in the back, we're going, look, we have to attack him together or we die one by one. And you know what he does to the last guy. You know what he does.
You're bringing up a good point because my head, you know where my mind is? The Jack Reacher movie, the one that starred Tom Cruise. And there's a fight scene where they come out of the bar and he's like, it's 5v1. And Tom Cruise's version of Reacher is like, it's 3v1. It's 3v1. I beat the first guy. I take on an enthusiastic wingman or 2, and then the others run away, which is exactly how it plays out. And that's where I am on the Brock Lesnar thing, right? The first guy to approach him just gets Hulk smashed, and now it's 3v1. Do 3 people beat Brock Lesnar? He could pick a guy up and pile drive him while simultaneously ignoring 2, and now it's 2v1.
Yeah,
I like our chances. I like the 4 of our chances at taking Brock Lesnar on. I think, especially the Brock Lesnar of today. The 4 of us of today can beat Brock Lesnar to death. All we need is a little bit of forethought, a little bit of planning, and we've all got to come in covering up and coming in low and moving fast. And he's going to pick one of us to go after.
Me.
He might, if he throws a punch, he's an idiot. He might try to wrap one of us up and sort of do some kind of a slam. We're all going to grab him and start dragging him to the ground. And I just feel like he's not that strong. He's not 4-man strong. We weigh 1,000 pounds almost.
Yeah.
I'm 150 pounds.
And then add you guys in.